you notice, this video has a lot of jump cuts. Mind your damn business. It's just me rambling, me, my thoughts, me waffling, all unhinged, straight from the dome, straight into the video. Why is the camera quality so bad? Like, obviously, we don't even have time for you. Anyway, so I'm recording on my laptop. It's like a dead ass camera because the camera we actually own is full. And when I asked everybody for my birthday, oh, Esther, what do you want? What do you want? Oh, I asked them, oh, can I have an SD card? Can I have a tripod? What did they give me? Not that. So instead I have to make do with like kitchen supplies and stuff. It's actually funny. Like, if you see the makeshift tripods I have made, like, I don't understand why I stopped being an engineer. Obviously I've got the skills for it, like, come on, love. I don't always feel like committing crimes against humanity, so I don't understand why that would be a thing. Anyway, unpopular opinions, maybe unhinged thoughts, because I love an unhinged thought. An unpopular opinion is always dumb, because people will be like, I have an unpopular opinion, and then be like, I wish life was like the 1950s. Ma'am, admit you're a racist so we can move on, and then also mention how you're in a place of power, and thus moving back to the 1950s will help you live that way. Because when I tell you I am scared of the girlies who say that they wish they were born in a different generation, ma'am, you didn't even have rights back then? Like, are you okay? I don't know, some of y'all are doing your thing. I can say that much. But on this internet, oh Lord, like, come on, girl. Talking about how you wish you were born in the good old days. Those days weren't good for anybody. Please, the nuclear family, what has that done? Nothing good for nobody. Because look at us all now. Hella depressed, living in a capitalistic system that serves who? The white man. But even then, it barely serves him, because white men ain't slaying. They ain't giving Houston, the house is down. They ain't giving Boots, I'm deceased. Let's be frank. Even though my name's not Frank. Am I hilarious or what? Like, I make myself crack up every time. I was talking about why... I'm sorry, talking about what? Sometimes I think about problematic white celebrities and how much their PR people are working overtime. Like, if these celebrities kept their mouth shut for like a little bit longer, maybe they wouldn't be in a new problem every other week. Maybe it's just me, and maybe, all press is good press, but some of y'all need to learn when to shut your mouth and when to keep that mouth of yours shut. Anywho, so I'm trying to be a YouTuber so I can have money. And I know realistically this is the worst form of like money making, because one, it's slow, two, you have to build an audience, and three, there's a third reason. But I was also like, well, I need something new to obsess over. Two, I was like, oh, online portfolio. Number three, internet frontier. I'll show you what I mean. I was going to show you that other thing on my phone earlier, but it's fine because it was lame in the grand scheme of things, but I'll show you this. Just wait, y'all. Because I'm cringe, I called it plot ideas. Anyway, so this is all the things that I wanted to do this year. I don't know if you'll... Girlie, if you don't focus, none of us are getting paid. Oh, there she is. There you go. So there's the things that I want to do this year. It was a long list. I've already technically completed half of one, because one of my things was to make new friends, and I made a new friend. One down, one to go. Oh, ouch. So that's fun. I met a friend. Anything about me, I love a freebie. Tell me there's a free trial, I'll be there. Tell me there's a free this, I'll be there. Like, come on now. If there's a free trial, a free anything, I'm convinced. I'm there. I'm ready to go. I'm locked and loaded. And honestly, if more things had free trials, I think I would actually care about more things. Alas, Do you know what? I don't have any last moment. But I start a project and then I get bored and then I start another one. And then once I get bored of that one, I'll either A, start a third, or B, go back to the beginning one. And I do that with nearly everything. Because I used to do that back when I was younger when I was reading. I would read a book and then get bored of said book and then start another book and then go back to the original book because the first plot got boring. I was like, oh wow, this plot is actually good. Like, I don't understand why I was avoiding it. Like, am I good up here? Anyway, something is so comforting about listening. 16 minutes? Sorry. Like, if I'm not obsessing over something, then what am I doing? Like, if I'm not doing 8 things at once, what is the point of living? You know? Girly pop, what? You know what I'm saying? I think this is why I'm so non-committal when it comes to hobbies. Because yes, skateboarding is cool. Yes, crocheting is cool. Yes, I could bake up a storm. But why would I want to do only that one thing when I could become a master at all 8 things? Like, come on now, hear me out. Hear me out. And listen carefully when I tell you this. I think, and maybe this is just because I'm a minority and like my parents have pushed on me that I need to be better than my white counterparts, because if I'm not better than them, then I'm automatically a failure or some junk like that. But hear me when I say this. It is so thrilling knowing that I'm good at multiple things, but it's so hard because we live in a capitalistic society. Think about not being able to do the hobbies or things that I like because I can't physically afford them. It takes a toll on my heart. A little piece of me dies every single time. I'm like, oh my goodness, I love this. Let me do it. And then I see the price tag and it's $500. A singular paycheck? In this economy? Girly pop, like, what? Come on now. How are any of us supposed to thrive? How are any of us supposed to survive? No, let's move. Because is Ghanaian and my father is South Sudan. Am I oversharing on the internet? Maybe. If you find me, please remember these hands are rated E for everybody. Anyway. So, like, I'm trying to figure out if I have an accent because when I talk, it doesn't sound like me. So I'm trying to figure out what I sound like and who I sound like. But maybe to everybody else, they'll be like, oh my goodness, she sounds so Australian. Like, get on that good eye mate stuff. Get on that how's it going love stuff. But I don't know. I feel like my accent is just an amalgamation of the things and people that are near me because, I don't know. But I also genuinely don't know anyone who sounds like this because my parents don't sound like this. My brother does not sound like this. So which media is influencing me so much to the point where my accent is slowly but surely shifting? Or am I like that one girl who just woke up and suddenly was speaking in a different accent? But I wouldn't know because everybody around me, instead of actually telling me, oh, your accent sounds like this, like, he didn't say that my accent sounded weird. He just said, who was this random Kawaja? Sir? Do I sound like a white lady that much? Like, come on now. No, but ever since he said that, I can't hear myself the same way. He's just casually ruined my life. Respectfully, don't do that stuff again. I need to make my unhinged rants and stuff become popular on YouTube. So one, I have a need to post because it'll boost my ego. And two, so I can go to the Spider-Man premiere. I know it's going to be somewhere in Australia, probably not Adelaide, so if one of y'all, I'm talking like to the corporations, Sony or whoever owns that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse thing, I'm just saying, not only is this a story centering black people, thus you should invite me, right? Hear me out. Cute little outfit here, cute little outfit there, you know? Bring some POCs to the event, really set the scene. Plus, I love me a little Spider-Man flick. Like, I'll eat that stuff up. Plus, the first one was really good. And then, like, I'll post here and be like, oh my goodness, guys, the film was so good. And I'll vlog me going to the thing so you guys can get even more press. I know y'all want it. Just email me, call me. Y'all figure it out. I also know realistically I'm probably not going to blow up, like, in time for me to go to that Spider-Verse film. But at the same time, come on. Black Queens forever, Snow Bunnies never. I think about a lot. So there's a song Lin-Manuel girl, breathe for 30 seconds. Oh, let me do my things. This song that Lin-Manuel wait, let me just check what is Lin-Manuel the guy who wrote Hamilton wrote. Jeez Louise, I has to speak for 3 seconds. Anyway, the guy who wrote Hamilton, Lin-Manuel. Anyway, here's the song, What the Heck I Gotta Do, right? And he wrote this whole entire musical about this guy who wants to go on a date with this girl, but this girl is actually a police officer and she lies about her age, and then essentially makes him look like a drug dealer when he isn't, and then he goes to prison. Every time I hear that song, I'm like, America must be a dark and twisted place. Girly pop. Oh Lord, I think about that sometimes. But like, hey, get your monies up, Lin-Manuel. Get your monies up, Mr. Lin. Please, I beg. How it works. My apologies, everybody. But like, you actually see the people of the different cultures and like a good mix of them in a blend. And then you see like that one Australian guy who's like, yeah, I know how to make a good steak. And I love to roast a vegetable, but like he somehow ends up in the final. Like, come on now, it's just a bit embarrassing. And like, I understand we need to have a token white person. Always like, white people won't watch the television show if they can't find themselves in an aspect of the TV show. So like, yeah, I guess you gotta have at least one of them to make sure that everyone watches and you can maximize your audience. But at the same time, like, come on now, you like to cook steaks and potatoes, and you're in the semi-finals. Come on, love. We can all see that boy don't know how to cook. Like, let somebody else have a turn. And you're willingly talking smack? Realistically, but we do love a token white boy. I don't know what else I was trying to say. All I know is talk smack about white men. Scam them while you're at it. Like, y'all were fighting for your life before you were even 10. And I am genuinely even more impressed that you simultaneously think that this economy would actually help me and not hinder me when it comes to spending my money. But love, come on now, because that's a bit embarrassing for the both of us. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It'd be a little anti-black if you didn't. Like, subscribe, comment, do the things for the algorithm. Your girlie is trying to get her monies up, and she's trying to go to that premiere. Honestly, once I've gone to that premiere, everyone can feel free to unsubscribe, unlike, delete their comment, because once that has happened, I feel like I've ascended. Is there a point anymore? I'd probably just dip from this whole YouTube thing, and hopefully my videos will still be making money. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I'll dip, maybe I won't. I guess y'all see.